And India Today brings you the latest on the Aryan Khan case. India Today has accessed the Narcotics Control Bureau charge sheet with regard to Aryan Khan. And there are 7 big revelations. The report says, and I quote the report here, probe officer motivated to implicate Aryan Khan. The report also mentions that the procedure to seize the mobile was not followed. It was to be a procedure, it was to be a protocol, but to seize the mobile was not followed. No seizure memo for Aryan Khan's phone that had to be given earlier was not given. And importantly, what eventually gave the clean chit for Aryan Khan was that there were no drugs recovered from the individual directly. And importantly, remember, there needs to be a medical examination. That was not done. There was lack of sufficient evidence. Aryan Khan asked others not to carry drugs. Let's go across now to my colleague Vidya, who's been tracking all the latest on that from Mumbai. Vidya, India Today also has access to this report, and we are trying to find out as many mentions as are here. What can you take us through? Because it's very pertinent. No medical examination, no drugs recovered. This is what the legal team was also claiming, but very clearly stating, was the officer motivated? And why were protocols not followed? Take us through all the details, Vidya.
Remember when this entire case had really come out, we did question at that time itself as to why the blood test was not done. Remember, we have ourselves also covered various drug busts that have happened in Maharashtra as well, in Mumbai specifically. In all those cases, every person who's found in a drug bust, their blood tests are taken. So why was it that people's blood test was not taken was something that had been questioned right there itself. And remember, all those people who have not been charge sheeted now are all those people who were not found in possession of any drug. In fact, the entire, all those 6 people, be it Avin Sahu, be it Aryan Khan, be it the organizers who had been arrested in this case, none of them had been found with the drugs, and that's one of the big reasons. In this case, only Mohak Jaiswal was the person who was also not found in drug, but there are also incriminating evidence against him wherein there were drug chats that were found on him, and he was said to be a supplier, and that's probably the reason why he has not been given a clean chit. But certainly most of the other people who have been let off in this case, the 6 specifically, these people, they were not found in possession of drugs, and that's one of the biggest reasons why they have been let off.
So, Vidya, we want to stay on with what this report says. Clearly mentioning that it's recommended no complaint should be filed, that there is no material or evidence on record to show there was any overt action on part of the organizers here. Also stating, very importantly, that one of the 2 independent witnesses who were present at the time of search of Aryan Khan and his friend, all of them were asked. And clearly it is strange to note that in spite of clear-cut denial by Araz regarding the involvement of Aryan in the procurement and possession of drugs, the investigating officer started looking at the WhatsApp chats without protocol. So are you saying that according to the NCP that there were some protocols also that were flouted with regard to this report, Vidya?
That's something that has been pointed out by the defense in the first instance itself. The entire arrests that have been, in fact, remember in Achit Kumar, if you can talk about that person's case, they had CCTV footage to show that the people, when he was arrested, the entire protocol was not followed. The spot panchanamas were challenged by the defense, and apart from that, the procedures for taking it, for example, if someone's phone is taken, then there has to be punch with witnesses who will have to sign that yes, the NCB has taken these instruments and that they have been sealed. So certainly, the entire procedure that are supposed to be followed were not followed, and that's one of the things that have been highlighted by the defense since the very first day. And in fact, during the entire procedure, every NCB officer at that time said, "Hame investigation to karne do." That's like
stay on with me, because for our viewers who are joining in right now, tuning into 6 p.m. Prime, it's a big day. Aryan Khan has been given a clean chit, but importantly, there are lapses also that have been pointed out. Now, remember, Aryan Khan is the son of Bollywood superstar Shah Rukh Khan. He's now been relieved of the claims leveled against him by the Narcotics Control Bureau in the Cordelia drugs case. There was lack of insufficient evidence against Aryan. Now, the Home Ministry has now asked, as it appears, the concerned authority to look into Sameer Wankere's portfolio as well, because remember, he was the Mumbai former NCB zonal officer and he was in charge of the investigation. So did he do a shoddy investigation? That is also now going to be probed further, as the ministry is claiming. Take a look at this report.